Hello, everyone. Grandma Tanner's still recovering, although she may be or may not be sitting behind us over there. She just doesn't feel up to doing this yet. So I am taking her place. This last week was Kelly. This week is me. Some of you may recognize my voice. I'm usually the one recording. So I'm on this side of the camera today. I'm not a big cook or baker or nothing like that. I am a meat, potato, and vegetable person. That's what I like. So this year, I have been trying different sauces and dressings and marinades on a lot of my meat. I like to grill. So I've been trying a lot of this different stuff this year, and I've come up with some good combinations that I've really enjoyed, and the person that has eaten with me, they liked it too. So we'll start with the chicken. So when I marinate, I take 2 forks because, I don't do too much. And I just poke holes in my meat. And I hold it with 1 fork. That's why I got 2. So Grandma Tanner has already cleaned this chicken breast that I'm marinating for dinner tonight. So this year we have a new sauce. It's a chicken dipping sauce. I really like it. I had the sample up at my house this winter, and my son came home, and all of a sudden my chicken dipping sauce was gone. I didn't know where it went. And I asked him, and he said, oh yeah, that stuff was delicious. He had eaten it all. So to marinate, pretty easy. Most people know how. I just use Ziploc bags. So I just put the chicken breast in there, and then I'll put some chicken dipping sauce. Now you don't need the whole jar. I just put enough in there to cover the meat. Seal it up and let all the air out. And then I just mix it up really good. I might need a little bit more. I think I'm good. So when this is actually a dip, it's not a marinade, but we had a gentleman come in, and like I said, I liked to dip with this, and we had a gentleman come in this summer, stop in, and he picked this up, and I was telling him how much I liked it. He goes, oh, well, I was going to use it to marinate. I'm like, oh, well, you're brilliant. So I tried it. So it's a nice marinade. It makes it a little crispy on the outside. You just cook it over on the grill over lower heat until it's done. So I marinate matters, when I get around to doing it. Sometimes I'll put the meat in the marinade around noon and eat dinner, or I just marinate for like half an hour. So I'll just put that in the fridge and marinate that. And then when I pull it out, I use our feather and fowl seasoning, which gives it a really good taste. So I've done the chicken dipping sauce, and then a couple weeks ago I thought I'd try the peach pecan dressing. So this is a salad dressing, but it has the vinegar in it. And so I marinated chicken breast in that, and it was really good. You had a nice flavor, made it juicy, just a hint of peach, so it was a good one. And then I put the feather and fowl seasoning on top of the meat after I pulled it out of the bag. So then we'll move on for pork. And I'm just going to use the same forks because I'm going to wash them or eat it tonight. So for pork, I tried the apple pecan dressing, and it's a good one too on that, because apple and pork is really good. So once again, I just poke my meat to get, instead of tenderizing it with a pound or anything, this is my lazy mom, or not lazy mom, my quick way of doing this, because I don't have time to pound out a bunch of meat. So, once again, I just put pork chops, whatever you want to marinate pork-wise. I got these at Kroger. They have them on sale right now. And then just pour a little apple pecan dressing on top. And that's got a lot of stuff on top. So I'm going to shake it down, maybe. There we go. Nope, still all there. I'll just use this side of the fork. So all that pecans are sitting on top of this. This is probably not you know, if you're having guests, I don't know if I would do this. I'll have to watch that. So just pour a little of that in there. And again, I seal it up. Take all the air out. And rub it all around in there. And then I just let it marinate for however long you want. All day, half an hour. I'll turn it over. Or you can also do this and stick it in the freezer like this. And I've done that before. And then you can just pull it out in the morning, and when you get home from work, it'll be ready to go. Let me rinse my fork off. So I did not sprinkle anything on it when I did the apple pecan on the pork, but you could use the Smoke and Ghost. It's a steak and brisket rub, but they're calling it now all-purpose rub or sprinkle. It's really good on sweet corn. Just sprinkling it on sweet corn. So we got our chicken done and our pork done. And I had never tried this. I heard it was really good until this year. It was probably one of the worst things I'll ever admit to working down here. I've heard it was really good. So I thought, well, my goal this year was to try a lot more of our products and not be such chicken on what I'm eating. Thinking outside my box. So once again, I just poke my meat and put it in the bag. And this stuff, I now marinate all my steaks in this. It was really good. Those are some big steaks, so I'm gonna use that. And you can also, you know, take this out to the grill and brush the sauce on while you're grilling. Like I said, if you buy a bunch of meat at once and you like to freeze it, just freeze what you need per meal in the bag with the marinade, and then when you pull it out in the morning before you go to work or whatever, school, put it in your fridge all day and it'll be nice and marinated. And then after I pull it out, before we put it on the grill, I use the Robust Ribeye steak seasoning, and that's really good. Adds a good flavor to it. So that is what I have tried so far this year, and I really liked all of it. But I have a few more products here that I do enjoy. We have our Italian olive bruschetta. We use this on a Italian wrap in our lunch. So if you come out and you get the Italian wrap, this is on it. We also mix it with cream cheese for a cracker dip, and that's really good. But my favorite way to eat it is on our croissantes. You drain it, or just take some of it and drain it, and you put the croissantes on a sheet pan or cookie pan, and put a little of this on and some mozzarella cheese, and you just stick it in the oven and warm it up so the cheese melts. And then you can also slice up tomatoes. It's just a nice little appetizer. Or one of the employees the other day, I was telling her about, she goes, "Oh, that sounds good. That sounds like my dinner." So her and her husband had that for dinner, I believe. A new product we have this year is a jalapeno ketchup, which is really good on meatloaf. So I was going to do meatloaf, but I couldn't get in to get all the ingredients. And so I mix the jalapeno ketchup with brown sugar for the topping on the meatloaf, and that is really good. Adds a little kick to it. Another one we got this year is a Bloody Mary mix. Now, you can make your traditional Bloody Marys. We don't sell the vodka, I'm sorry. But we have the Bloody Mary mix, and then there's a swizzle of asparagus in there. But then we also have the pickled asparagus, the spicy pickles, dill pickles, pickled Brussels sprouts, and jalapenos to make really good Bloody Marys with. Or what I use a Bloody Mary mix for is any recipe that calls for tomato juice. I substitute the Bloody Mary mix, and then it just gives a little bit of flavor. So like when I make meatloaf, I use, instead of tomato juice, I use this. And, you know, I have this on hand more than I do tomato juice, so that happens to work out for me. But that was just some of the products that we have here and how I use them. And like I said, you marinate your meat, and you can just freeze it like this. So if you go buy like steaks on sale or pork chops are on sale and you buy a big package of them, just bring them home, put them in your Ziploc freezer bags, put your marinade on them and put them in your freezer. And then it's in the morning, pull it out and put it in your fridge, and it'll be almost thawed out for dinner time. If you gotta go to work or you go to school, or you just don't wanna have to think about what you're gonna cook. So I hope you enjoyed this. Grandma Tanner will be back here pretty soon. I think next week we'll have another guest. I'll probably bring Kelly back because she does a really good job. So if you have any questions, just let us know. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.